All right, so if you are running ads on Meta and creatively you're just kind of maybe in a rut or you're not sure what to test next, this video will give you a couple of great ideas to test kind of more diverse visuals formats to get into your account. I own a creative agency. We make a ton of creative for clients on a regular basis. I also write a newsletter a few times a week where I just share out ads we made I thought were interesting, or as I'm scrolling through my feed all the time, I'm just saving stuff and sending it out to our newsletter like, hey, here's a cool idea, try this. But yeah, I wanted to try video style and just walk you through things that I think you should test in your account this week. So play the first one.
Honestly, nothing makes me more sad than situations like this where the kids are all just sitting alone on the couch. They're all on devices. Like, where are the parents? Who's taking care of these guys?
Dad, are you going to hang out with us soon?
Yeah. So I love this one because it takes a very familiar format of, the green screen style, and then has this nice twist at the end where the kid is actually, comes and interacts with the dad. The dad's actually in the scene. It's not a green screen. It's kind of a fake out. But as you're thinking about ad formats, as you're thinking about UGC, I'd love for you to have this one in mind of just how can I add my own twist? How can I make this unique? How can I make it different? Yeah, this one's just perfect to me. This is not an ad, it's an organic reel. But, I think if you get creative, there's tons of ways you could tie in your product as far as, the topic itself, or the kids has the product, the person has the product on the couch, and they come and they interact with the green screen person. But yeah, I just love things like this where it takes something we've all seen 1,000 times, and it's like, oh wait, this is different. Next one is one we made for Constant Contact.
Small business during the holiday series. And today we're going to talk about the power of seasonal newsletters. Everyone is shopping right now, so this is a great way to stay on their radar. You all already know I use Constant Contact all my marketing.
So yeah, it's basically we made this as an ad, but it has more of an organic feel of like, hey, you've probably seen reels like this where it's kind of like, hey, tutorial-y style, very native footage. It's not like very stock B-roll. It's more kind of native B-roll style. And then it's basically a, organic tutorial that just goes into a product demo. So, you could start this from the very beginning. It's just, hey, let's jump into a product demo, but it's not as interesting. It's very more of, it's much more of an over ad. This one's a little, sneaky, whatever you want to call it, or just kind of comes in as a little more of a tutorial into a product demo. I think it's a little bit softer. Also, the seasonality, has pros and cons. No, you can't run this ad all year, but during those seasonal swings, it kind of can pop in your account and kind of help boost it during certain times. So yeah, I would try the kind of organic tutorial style for sure. Next up is, this one's weird. You'll love it, maybe you'll hate it.
Big box, the shelves were looking tired. Found vitamins from 2010, pretty sure that's expired. So I turned around and searched up my supplements online. That selection at
Okay, so we made this one for iHerb, and it's like a silly AI song, basically. And yeah, I think music is an amazing use of AI right now in ads, and I'm not seeing that a ton, but I think music might be the better use case of AI right now instead of trying to have it make videos. Like 20 years ago, whatever, when we were all watching TV all the time, commercials, they'd all have like custom songs, jingles, etc. But you never see that on, Meta ads because, historically, it's very time intensive, very expensive. It just didn't make sense. But now with AI, you can make, these little silly songs. No, it's not like a amazing professional song, but I think if you kind of lean into the fun factor, the silly side, definitely something worth trying out. And again, AI footage and everything, it's not there, but musically, I think definitely something worth trying. With Reels and TikTok, so many more people are watching ads with sound on versus like 3 years ago. So yeah, if you haven't done this style, definitely would recommend testing that out. Next two. Oh yeah, someone's at a concert filming, and they just start filming the person in the row in front of them shopping for an air fryer, being like, what the hell is this person doing? Just imagine instead of an air fryer, it's your product. So yeah, I'm seeing this kind of voyeuristic style where it's filming someone else doing something or someone else with the product. This is another example here. So the guy's, shopping for jeans. He's wearing this hat, and we've got this kind of zoomed in view across the store being like, where did you get that hat? What's that hat about? So I think this, kind of secret camera maybe style is pretty interesting. Where, I mean, these videos are very short. They're like a couple seconds. But it could be like, hey, set when your coworker's up at a coffee shop and you just like kind of film over their shoulder on their laptop looking at your website, whatever. Like, there's so many different environments and scenes you could do this one in. I'm seeing this a little more and more organically. I think we haven't tested this as an ad, but I honestly think this would be a great format to test out for ads. Cool, last one, and we'll get you on your way.
This year, my goal is more crafting and more creating. I wanted to focus on candle making because there's nothing better than a beautifully scented.
Cool, so with Andromeda now, everyone's talking about that, and you really need diverse formats, diverse visuals, diverse messaging. And I think goal messaging is a great one. We have a short window, I think. We're in mid-January right now. As we get later in the year, it kind of becomes a little more awkward to talk about like goals or resolutions or whatever. But, I think right now tapping into the goals of different pockets of people could be very interesting. So like, for example, this year, my goal is more crafting and more creating. That's going to hit a certain segment of people. We could have done another version of this where it's this year, my goal is to start a small candle business because a lot of people, buy through this company because they have, small candle businesses. They set up at like farmers markets, whatever. That's going to tie into a very different market, different pocket of people, which is going to, Meta Andromeda is going to find, the candle business people versus just the hobbyists. And those are two very different markets. They're very different opportunities for scale. So I guess the point being, just test goal messaging, different goals for different pockets of people, different markets, segments that you might have within your customer base. And I think you could run this one for at least a month or two before it kind of gets tired. Cool. Well, that's all I got for this week. Again, if you want more ideas like this, subscribe to the channel. I'll maybe make a few more videos. And then, the newsletter. I send out at least 2 to 3 times a week. Just, interesting ad ideas. So cool. See you later.